We've talked about the 2 ways you can increase your chances of success in 2022. Embracing accountability and taking teeny tiny little bitty bites every day. The third way I want to talk about today, and one of the reasons a lot of people get off track throughout the course of a year, is that they're focusing on the wrong thing. Our focus, whether we like it or not, tends to determine our fate. Where we look influences where we end up going. And a lot of us have the issue that once we get going, once we're moving throughout the year, we stop looking at what we have to do and start focusing on how far we have left to go. Think about it, that gap between where we are right now and how far we have left until that finish line. If you're looking at it from a career standpoint, maybe it's the job you have right now and you keep looking at the job you want in the future and there's so much distance. Perhaps you're trying to lose weight this year. You came out of the gate strong for the first 2 months of the year and the scale moved a little bit, but not in the way you wanted, not as big of a gap as you thought you would have. So now you're thinking, I still have 40, 50, 60 pounds to go. It's just too much. We lose motivation. We give up on our goals. We walk away from an opportunity because we focus on the gap between where we are and where we're trying to go. And that's the wrong place to focus. Our focus should not be on how far we have left to go, on how much we have to do, but on what do we need to do today to make progress. So when we train our focus to get off of how far is left and focus on just our next step, we find a way to make progress and get better and eventually end up at our finish line. Take, for example, the first time I ran a half marathon. It's 2013. I'm standing at the starting line in Las Vegas. I've got my great shoes on. I got my iPod on my arm, my headphones in, probably jamming some Rocky training montage. Like I'm ready to go. The problem was I forgot to train for the race. The entire months leading up to it, I just kept putting it off, thinking I had other things I would rather do. I didn't really want to run. I just felt it would be fun to get a bucket list item like a marathon or half marathon signed off. So here I am, starting line, Vegas rock and roll, gunfire as we take off running. I'm sprinting out of the gates. I'm feeling good. I'm passing people. Rocky music's playing in my ears, for goodness sakes. Like I'm ready to roll. A little ways into that race, I start to get that stitch in the side. That one you and I know really well that happens during a workout or a long run. I push it back thinking I just got to get to halfway. Keep running, keep passing people, keep feeling good. I'm passing casinos at this point. If you've been to Vegas, you know those casinos are huge. So you're feeling confident at this point. But that stitch in the side gets a little bit stronger. My feet start hurting. So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, I've got to be close to halfway. If I can just get to halfway, then it's all downhill from there. Up ahead of me, I see a water station. I run over to that water station, thinking, man, I'm probably 7-8 miles in. I'm going to get some water. We're going to coast through the rest of this. Grab that cup of water off the table, and as I'm starting to take a drink, I see a mile marker sign just right ahead. And that mile marker sign does not say 7 or 8. Doesn't even say 4. It says 2. Two. I just sprinted 2 miles of a 13-mile race. I was screwed. Like my brain went into overdrive telling me how far I had left to go, how hard it was going to be. There was no way I was going to make it. Started creating excuses that, man, if I jump over that barricade over there, run into the Flamingo, maybe play blackjack for an hour or two, I'd sneak out by the exit. My girlfriend at the time wouldn't know any different. My friends watching the time wouldn't know any different. I'd just say, hey, it's a chip malfunction. I don't know what happened. Ran the race. Like I had every excuse in my head because what I was doing was looking at, man, I'm uncomfortable now and I have so much distance left. I have so far left to go. But quitting the race right then and there wasn't actually an option for me. I couldn't say, hey, yeah, I'm the chief encouragement officer at Compete Every Day, but I quit when races start to get hard. That wouldn't fly. And so I needed a plan B in that moment on the strip. And for me, it became a giant game of tag. You remember tag as a kid, right? One person's it. Their job is to chase other people around the playground, tag them, and then they become it. The goal is to not be the slowest or the closest person to whoever's it. So there I am, Las Vegas Strip, looking around and decided to play a giant game of tag. Picked out a runner just a little ways ahead of me and I start chasing him. Once I caught up alongside of them, I didn't do the creepy thing, touching strangers on the strip. I just would mentally say, tag, you're it. And then I would pick out someone else just a little ways ahead of me and start chasing them. Tag, you're it. I did that the entire rest of the race. The remaining 11 miles was one giant game of tag. And it worked. Do you want to know why? Because during those moments when I'm focused on how much work we have left to do, how far we have left to go, my brain goes into overdrive to avoid it, because that is discomfort. That is unknown. That's going to suck. But when I see a target right in front of me, like somebody I'm going to play tag with, my brain loves that. They love playing tag. They love playing games. That's an easy target. That's right in front of me. I can do that. And so what I do is distract my brain while continuing to move forward to my goal. And the same applies with the goals you're chasing this year. We're coming out of the gate in January. We still have 11 more months to go. We have 11 miles left to go to that finish line. And if we stare at how far we have until December 31st, if we stare at how much work we have left to do, we're gonna quit. We're gonna run off the side of the racetrack. We're gonna go hide in a casino, and then we're gonna get to the end of the year and we're gonna create some excuse about why we didn't hit our goal, but in reality, we know why we didn't hit our goal. It's because we didn't do the work. Or we could play one giant game of tag. And the way we do that is answering the question, what's one thing I have to do today to move closer to my goal? What's one action step I can take today to improve my health? What's one way I can build my skill of sales, even if it's 15, 20 minutes? That 15 and 20 minutes stacks up over time to create incredible results. It's not by focusing on the finish line. It's not by staring at the gap. It's by answering the question, what's one thing I can do today to be in a better position tomorrow? So if we want to win 2022, we don't focus on where we're not yet. We don't focus on the gap between today and that finish line. We focus on what we have to do today to make one step of progress, to tag one person, to complete one item. We win our year by first winning our month. We win our month by first winning this week, and we win this week by first winning today. So go win your day, competitor. I'm cheering for you.